Hey everybody, I'm Nicole. I'm a horse trainer and riding instructor based in Holmes County, Ohio. And today we're going to do a video on the hind leg hammock with Ann Brown. She's our body worker. Ann, you can introduce yourself.
Hi there, I'm Ann Brown with Equinetics. I'm based in Holmes, Coshocton, Wayne County. I travel quite a bit to your farm to work on your horse. So I cover that general area mostly. And I am an equine osteopath. I also use a lot of nerve release therapy and functional therapy or energy work. But what I need to be able to do is get your horse to relax and work with me as calmly and quickly as possible so that you can facilitate the work that I'm doing. I will also use other modalities, red light therapy, cold laser, kinesiology taping, love, and tuning fork.
We're going to catch fancy here and we're going to talk about some important things regarding horsemanship whenever you are preparing your horse for the body worker and preparing for this specific exercise. And then Ann is going to demonstrate to us exactly how to do this hind leg hammock with your horse so you can practice it at home.
Here has been a bit tight in her hips. If your horse is tight through the lumbar or sore through this lumbar area or feels tight in the hind end and up in the hips, this hammock is a fantastic thing to do to really drop that pelvis, get a nice twist and stretch in this area. I will tell you, Tammy LKM she's on Facebook. She is the one that clued me into this exercise, this stretch. So I will let you know. Kudos, Tammy. It's a fantastic thing. So what I'm going to do with this hammock, I'm going to stand on this side of the horse, but I'm going to pick up the opposite hind leg. So I want to pick up that right hind leg. And a lot of horses have never done this before, and as soon as you bend over, they're going to give you the near leg because that's what they're expecting. They're being very good horses, thank you so much, but that's not the leg I want. So I'm going to stay on my feet in case the horse moves. This is always a position of safety. Be aware, see, she's already preparing to give me this leg. I'm going to reach over here, tap her and say, this one, good girl. And praise her as soon as she shifts her weight. This one, good girl. Now as she picks it up, I just slip my hand in there and cup that hoof. Then position, I'm going to get down, easy, easy. That's okay. I did not hang on to it or fight her for it. I'm just supporting her. So this is only the second time she's ever done this, but she's doing a good job. So I've got my elbows on my knees. I'm in a position of support. I can also get up and step back quickly if there's a problem. I am not hanging tightly onto her foot. I am giving it support. It's important that you have your elbows on your knees so that she feels she can trust me, that I've got her. Good girl. Perfect response. Let's show her licking and chewing. So she got a nice, relaxing stretch out of that. Made her feel good. I'm going to step in and do it again. When I do it again, I want you to pay attention that I don't want to pull on the leg. All I'm doing is supporting the leg. She says, we're going to try this one now, right? I want to support the leg, not pull it in any particular direction. She is going to dictate whether it goes to one side or the other as she relaxes that hip and drops that hip into it. I want her to control how far she's comfortable relaxing and stretching, not me. What we're ideally looking for in a nice healthy lumbosacral junction and through the hip is if the leg that I'm lifting, if that hock will come over in front of the weight-bearing hock. And then I'm going to sit there and just support her as long as she wants to do it. So get comfortable. You could be here a minute. Again, we reach across. I say this one. Good girl. Go in, catch the foot, get comfy, and wait. Ah, good girl. and she is slowly sinking as she gets into the stretch. There. And then you wait. Again, I'm not hanging on to the foot. If she wants to take it back, she can. And as she takes it back, which she's getting ready to do, there, set it down gently and get out of the way. After you've done this, it's nice to go to that side and just sort of smooth out that whole area that was stretched. There we go. This is something you can practice with your horse at home. It's going to really stretch these muscles through the lumbar, through the hip, and really help to prevent injury and get them ready for work.
Important horsemanship considerations before you are in that position, picking up your horse's feet and down underneath them and such. First thing is I will take the rope and I will take it around all of the feet like this, even before my body worker comes, and just be sure that she's okay with the rope around her in all ways, in all legs. I will also yield their feet like this. Make sure that she gives to that and she doesn't panic there. I should have kept it under the fetlock, but it's okay. And then I will be sure that I can pick up all feet on my own as well. So when you are the handler, always be sure that you are holding the horse with about, the length depends on what the horse is doing. So sometimes if Anne is doing something with the front end and I know that she could have a big strike, I don't want to be standing right here because I will get clipped in the legs. So I usually kind of stand to the side like this a little bit, and I always have the rest of my rope in my opposite hand, and I can use that hand to lengthen or shorten the lead rope hand that is close to the horse. Sometimes I will be short, and I can also use my forearm to block the horse like this. So one of the most important considerations is where you are standing, which side you're standing on when the worker, farrier, professional, whoever is working on your horse. So if Anne was going to be on this side of the horse, which Anne, you can go up to this side, and let's say she's working, so I might stand a little bit like this, and then she's going to go to the other side, and I'm watching what she's doing. So I know that's a little bit of a tight spot, so I might bring the horse forward, and as soon as she's on the other side, I switch. And the reason for that is because if anything were to start happening with the hind end, I can take the horse's head towards the hind end, which would then take the hind end away. If something starts happening with the front end, I can always stop it with this hand, or I can position myself. I can do different things like that. You never just want to stand directly in front of the horse like this, because you really can't help the person who's standing beside the horse if you're just straight in front of them. Also, you're liable to get in trouble as well. So I always like to stand to the side. Sometimes I keep my hand kind of right here. Sometimes I stand like this. It just depends on what's going on. The other thing to keep in mind is that you should always be very attentive to what's going on. So you're watching the reactions from your horse. You're watching what the body worker is doing, maybe getting an idea of where they're going, and they might be saying things one way or another as well. And so you're paying attention to all of those things. The other thing you want to keep in mind is that the horse is going to be reading your energy as well. So if you're standing here not paying attention, or if you're standing here and you have your own worries and anxieties, the horse is going to be reacting and feeling those as well. So it's important that you're as centered as possible and very present with what's going on. That means no playing on your phone, no carrying on other conversations, and just be mentally here. One more thing I want to include is that talking with your body worker or your farrier is normal, but I also like it if the body worker is kind of initiating that conversation. You know, I'm not saying you can't talk to them, but if you are pulling away their attention from what they're doing, that could be distracting, and it might not make the session yield the best results that you're looking for. One more thing I want to add to is about mouthiness. So striking the horse for general mouthiness is going to often derail what's happening. Of course, if they come to bite you, like really maliciously bite you, you can correct appropriately. But this horse today, you know, she was having some feelings, so she wanted to use her mouth, and she actually just took the rope into her mouth. I'm okay with that because she's rolling her tongue. It's a part of her releasing. Now, if she really tried to bite one of us, we would handle that, but also we know that every response that the horse is giving us during this body work is part of the language that they're speaking with us. So just battling them and fighting them is not going to be helpful either. So we need to communicate what we're doing and always be listening to the horse as well. So I think that covers what I wanted to share. You have one more
I
thing?
have one more thing to add.
Perfect.
To that.
Yeah.
When you're the handler and you're standing with your horse and you're going to be there for up to an hour, it's really tempting to cuddle the horse and talk to the horse.
Yes.
That really takes away from the work that the body worker is trying to do with the horse. We're not doing it to the horse. The horse is an active participant in what the body worker is doing with them. So that horse needs to be able to focus on what's happening in their body, need to really think about what's going on in their body and not be playing with the handler. I know it's hard, you want to cuddle them, and they'll probably reach towards you as the handler, but just try to be neutral and stay out of the horse's communication, unless you need to step in and help for some reason.
If we can work at this distance, this is a pretty nice distance here. You know, she's in her own space with the handler, but I'm here if the handler needs me. So, yeah.
Perfect.
Anything else?
I think we're good.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for watching. If you have any comments, questions, just leave them in the comment boxes below. And thanks for watching.